All right, good day, everybody. Welcome to Real Invest Webcast episode 008. My name is Joseph Ola, and I'm a realtor in the Southern Ontario area here in Ontario, Canada. Glad to bring you another episode of Real Invest Webcast where we talk about the chronicles of real estate investing. And really, my goal is to help you see what's possible as a real estate investor and to encourage you to do the same. We interview other investors to see what were their strengths, their weaknesses, what made them prosper, what made them succeed in their investment journey, and we try to make sure that we put you on the right track to do the same. This episode is a special one because it will be a vlogging style episode because I'll be touring an investment property today, give you a bit of a gist about the property, how it was bought, what strategy the investor had in mind going in, and what's the current status of the property. So again, welcome to Real Invest Webcast today, episode 008. If you are joining the show for the first time, especially if you're on YouTube, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the show, and so that you'll be notified of subsequent coming up. If you're on Facebook as well, please make sure to like and share. Same on Instagram. If you have any questions, make sure to throw them in the chat section. This property I'm going to be touring today is here in Fort Erie, Ontario. It's actually between Fort Erie and St. Catharines, but I guess you could call it Stevensville, Ontario. But it's part of the uh, municipality of Fort Erie, and it's part of the development of Rinaldi homes in this area. And we've, I can say that the builder is a very good one. They're quite detailed compared to some other builders that we've had experience with. So I'll be touring the home. We'll start with the tour of the home, and then we'll do a brief tour of the neighborhood, and then from there we'll just talk about the journey of the purchase, what the current status is, and what maybe the potential exit strategies are for the investor. So right now I'm just gonna switch over to my cell phone because I'm gonna be touring the home. So just give me a couple of minutes and then I'll be back live here with you. Okay. we'll get the tour started. Here's the front door of the property. Eventually, we'll go out to tour the neighborhood. By the way, my wife is also here with me, so you might see her wave during the stream. But here's the front door of the property, and right from the front door, you see the stairwell upstairs. But it also goes straight into the living area here. To the left of me over here, the door goes down to the basement. The basement's not finished, so we won't bother going down there today. But to the left, and there's a powder room, and then the living area and kitchen, and there's the CEO. All right, living room here. It's a nice and cozy setup, and yeah, nice big windows too. I think the ceiling is about 9 feet tall, and it overlooks a very nice deck area. I really love this deck here. As you can see in the neighborhood, more development still coming up. It's backed to a set of townhouses that are still being built. Yeah. When this was built, this whole back here was just a bare land, but now it's yeah, it's turned into a very huge neighborhood. But into the living area with the nice tall windows over here, and then the dining and the kitchen. I love this cabinets all the way to the ceiling and to the area over here. Also, maybe go to the garage. I build a like a high quality builder because most builders will do the pre-delivery inspection, pretty much you do when the house is completed and you're about to take possession. And when you do pre-delivery inspection with Rinaldi, um, it's you barely find anything wrong with it. Because I've had the privilege of attending one of these sessions, and really, it's really hard to find anything wrong with the house. Whereas there are other builders that there's a ton of stuff that needs to be fixed during the pre-delivery inspection. So um, yeah, all right, hold on a second. Okay, so that's the main level over here. The door the door to the garage, and then the door to the washroom over there. The dining area flows into the living area here, and then to the kitchen. It's really a nice open concept flow. Really nice, really nice. Then we'll go up to the second floor. Yeah, so here in the entryway into the kitchen, you actually have tiles, and then it flows into a carpet in the living area. We also have carpet on the stairs going up to the bedroom. I believe this light fixtures are, yeah, this one's probably an upgrade, but those other ones over there are sort of what comes with the builder's package. And then there are three bedrooms up here, and there's an ensuite bath for the master bedroom. But we'll start with the main bath over here. This is the main bathroom. Uh, just one small vanity, um, then a bathtub with a toilet. All right, and then that flows into the first bedroom. Not a bad size. Just for perspective, that bed there is a queen size bed. So the room takes a queen size bed quite comfortably. And that's the closet over there. Back out into the second bedroom. Second bedroom, another queen size bed, a smaller closet. I think the room is a smaller room, but still a fair size room. And then we go into the master's bedroom. That's a king size bed. As you can see, it really takes it in comfortably. That's a king size bed and a really massive dresser over there. There's um there's a walk-in closet over here, and the ensuite bath will be at the other corner of the room. Yep. Really nice designs, nice styles too. Um, the master bedroom overlooks the new construction again at the back of the house. So that's the entire second floor of the house. Again, really nice build quality from Rinaldi Homes. Um, by the way, there's no, they are not paid sponsors of this show. So, but I'm telling you as it is. Rinaldi's build quality is quite up there. We'll do a quick tour of the neighborhood. I won't walk too far, but just show you a few things, and then we'll come back inside and talk about the investment process for this particular property. So we head out now. That's the front door. Again, it's really a grand entrance here. I really like the foyer area. Um, it's quite roomy and spacious. Okay, out into the wild. Uh, You might hear a lot more background noise, so please pardon me. But again, I won't stay out too long. But that's the neighborhood. You can see that more houses are still being built, right? So this one that we're touring right now, probably completed, I think about just about maybe 5 4 or 5 months ago, right? So more are still coming, and most of them are built by Rinaldi Homes. Um, this property right here, I love the design. Look at it. It's a semi-detached home, but it's a double car garage on each side. Really nice pavement on the driveway as well. Um, down the other street there, you see more building coming up. Right? Um, yeah, really. All right, it looks like I had network issues trying to tour the neighborhood. So we're back inside right now. Just again, give you a general gist of what's going on in the neighborhood. Like I said, there are quite a lot of really nice developments going on here by Rinaldi. Really cool designs. One of my favorite is the last one I was talking about before the stream cut off. I'll try and see if I could show it from my laptop here. So let's turn around and see if you could. Yeah, it's right there through the window. Those designs are really nice. The lower part is the lower part of the exterior is brick, and the upper part is a bright stucco. Anyways, yeah, really nice build quality by these builders. If you have any inquiries, you can reach out to me. I could let you know what's going on with their new developments in the Niagara area. They don't only build in Niagara area; they build in many other cities as well in Ontario. But going back to the general gist of this development, this particular build, I believe, was completed, I think, about 3 or 4 months ago. The one beside it here, I'm been even more familiar with that, and that one was completed in February earlier this year, and both qualities are good. I've been in that one as well as this. That one is a 4 bedroom, and this one is a 3 bedroom. They're both detached homes, and the price range are quite close. So I was, they were in the high 600, close to 700. As at what year was that? 2020? Was it 20 or 21? I think it was early 21 actually. Yes, yes. So they the builder sold this property as at January, February 2021. Right now we're in July 2022. So as at early 2021, it was sold for, let's just say, 700 for ease of understanding. It was sold 2020. It was sold 2021 for about 700. Um, it was closed this year in the first quarter, so let's say early 2022. As at the time it closed, that was really the height of the boom that we've just witnessed in the past year. And the house, I would say, at that point was worth about 1.1 million. I would say if it went on the market uh, today, then probably we're talking about around 1 million, 950, depending on who you talk to or how you evaluate it. So that takes us in pre-construction properties in general as a viable investment portfolio vehicle. You know, the question is what's the lure about pre-construction? Why do people like to buy it? Maybe we'll start from there. The pros and cons of buying pre-construction properties as an investment property. The number one advantage is just that you get to ride the wave of the appreciation of the market without the hands-on of being a landlord, or dealing with tenants. When you own a pre-construction property, or when you have a contract with a builder, you've locked down the price. You're going to buy the property on closing, but you're not paying mortgage. You don't have to secure a mortgage at the time of signing your contract with the builder. While the house also appreciates in the process of construction, you're not paying monthly mortgage. You're not dealing with tenants. So that hands-on approach at the beginning of the execution of the strategy is really the advantage of the investment strategy. Now let's talk about the downside, or things that you need to watch out for. Number one, when it comes to negotiations, not a whole lot of negotiations happen for pre-constructions. Builders will typically come out with their own agreement of purchase and sale contract, and it basically applies to majority of the buyers. They don't have special contracts. They don't necessarily give too much of concessions with regards to bargaining price or anything else. Most of the things that builders offer are like a template to all buyers. Whereas if you're buying a resale property, you could negotiate things. You could, go back and forth between you and the seller. With pre-construction, things are pretty much canned, and they are usually canned in favor of the builder because the builder wrote the contract, the builder's lawyer, agreement of purchase and sale. So you don't get to back much. That's the first thing to know. Um, the For most investors, the exit strategy that they kind of look forward to is to reassign the property, meaning basically you're trying to sell the property before it's done building. So let's say it took about a year and a quarter, let's say a year and a half to build this one, and the builder, the original purchaser at the end of a year decided to sell it before the construction is completed, uh, hoping to just cash in on the appreciation between the time of purchase and just a few months before completion of construction. That's how a lot of investors approach pre-construction. In this day, a lot of builders have decided to stop accepting that. Many are now allowing it again, and that I believe is due to the dynamics of the market. If the demand is super high, then builders get to take a few chips off the table, right? But now that demand dropped a little bit, then more and more builders are beginning to allow um, they're beginning to allow reassignment again. But again, the fact that you may decide to reassign and the builder can tell you no, that's definitely a con. It's something to watch out for when you're getting into um, pre-construction investments or pre-construction property as an investment vehicle. Um, the other thing to really have at the back of your mind is that sometimes builders would have you take possession of the property, meaning that they would have you go secure a mortgage and get the title of the property, even though the property is really not done. And that can be frustrating for an investor or for a buyer. If you're looking to if you're looking to, let's say, close on the property and live in it, it's quite frustrating when you close on the property, but the property is actually not livable. I've seen a situation where a buyer had to close on the property, but there was no flooring in the living room. That's quite frustrating, but it definitely can happen. Um, it's I've seen it happen, and it's really not cool. By the way, again, you're watching Real Invest Webcast, episode 008, and this episode we're doing a tour of a particular investment property. We're really done with the tour right now, but we're just talking about the situation with the property, how it was purchased, and how it is right now, what the current status is, what the exit strategies are going to be for the investor. That's where we are right now. We're just talking about part of the disadvantage of maybe you may not see it as a disadvantage, but things to consider when you're buying a pre-construction property is that sometimes you may have to take possession of the property even though the construction is really not completed. Almost 100% of reconstructions will not have sidewalks or driveways or sod or grass in place when you're taking possession of it. They'll tell you that that's weather dependent and that should not hinder closing. As a matter of fact, if the city or the municipality can grant that the property is livable for whatever reason, and that they do by, I think, when they see the build as 95% complete, at that point the builder can mandate you to close on the property. I've seen another property where the builder talks about closing and the what's it called, the exterior siding is not even in place yet. You would think, really, is that house really livable? But that's how the cookie crumbles. So that those are things to keep in mind. Sometimes maybe your property is even completed, like in the case of this particular property, it's good, but the neighborhood, there's still a whole lot of construction going on. What that could be a little bit of a nuisance. For example, that there's a lot of dust that settles in the house just because of the activities around the property. So those are a few things to think about as you consider pre-construction properties as a viable investment strategy. The other thing too is that sometimes you really need to pay attention to, again, what you're buying. Like we've said in several episodes, that you make your money in real estate when you buy. When you buy right, you're profitable. When you buy wrong, then you're in for it. Really, you really need to pay attention to your buys. Sometimes builders come up with prices that are quite, um, let me just call them future prices, right? If you're getting in on a pre-construction property, you should not be paying way higher than what comparable properties in the area, in the city, in the neighborhood should be selling for today. You should not be paying the prices that that the house is supposed to be selling for in a few years' time. That's not right. So you need to pay attention to that as well. As for this property we're talking about, we talked about how it was bought about early last year, early 2001, for about 700. Today it's probably hovering around the million mark, um, maybe a bit under, maybe a bit over. That's where it's sitting at, um, a year and a half after construction. So would you say that's a good investment? I would say so. I mean, about 300,000 equity in about a year. That's not bad at all. Um, so having said that, what would be the viable exit strategy for this um, type of investment? This builder, Rinaldi, for example, they don't, in general, they just don't allow reassignments at all. That means if you're going with them, you have to be closing on your property. So that exit strategy was not available for this property, for this builder, but they are available for many other builders. Um, so the investor decided to close on the property because they have to anyways. But what's the current status? The investor decided to use the property for short-term rentals, what many of you know as Airbnb. That means that the proceeds from the investment could be a bit seasonal. Um, in the summer there's a lot of people looking for short-term stays, so it's right now we're in the summer, so it's a good time to be out there doing Airbnbs. But once you start getting into the fall and to the winter, it may not be the greatest idea, but right now I think it's a good thing that the at least the investor is able to um, cash flow on the property. The money coming in is enough to cover um, the mortgage, utilities, and all of that. So that's what's currently happening right now. As far as the exit strategy goes, you all know that I advocate for holding real estate long term. So if Airbnb works for this investor long term, then I'd say continue doing that. If for whatever reason along the line it looks like the cash flow is not looking good, especially maybe in the summer months, then it may be a good idea for the investor to consider all other strategies. For example, maybe just getting a long-term tenant that would cover the mortgage costs. That's one thing to do. Depending on the neighborhood or the area, obviously Niagara is a huge tourism municipality. So if you're in an area where there's a lot of traffic, even in the winter months, then maybe short-term rental can work entirely long term. I do have I know of investors, friends that do short-term rentals all year around, and they're doing good even in winter months. So one strategy is to continue with the short-term rental. The other another strategy is to just convert it into a long-term rental. But again, if today the investor decides to sell, they will be walking away with a good chunk. So that's not a bad idea either. It's just that once you sell the goose that lays the golden egg, then you're pretty much done. So the longer you can hold on to real estate, the better. All right. So that's it in a nutshell for this particular property for where it is right now. I know for a fact that the investor is looking to hold on to the property long term. So that's the strategy. It's just a matter of knowing if short term stay is going to be a good strategy to continue to cover cost and hopefully cash flow positive. Um, yeah, I believe that's about it that I have for this property. If you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer, please always be sure to leave it in the comment section. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on Instagram, again, just follow me for more episodes coming up. If you're on Facebook, do the same as well. Follow me and like the video, and feel free to share it with other investors. I'm here trying my best to bring you valuable real estate education, particularly for investors looking to expand their portfolio. This is Real Invest Webcast, episode 008. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to bringing you another episode next week, Monday. Thank you very much. God bless you, and have a blessed week ahead of you.